Up to this point, I haven't put much rhythm to them, but remember all the things we discussed in previous lessons about dynamics and leaving space, and your touch on the guitar. Depending on the style you're playing, you may prefer more string bends on the electric instrument, more slurs, hammers, pulls. And so coupled with the notes and the ideas, it's pretty endless what you can achieve from it. A good idea is to have a static chord just playing for you. You might want to record yourself just and then play. Now again, there was another chromatic idea. Going down to the flat seventh. A lot of these are very cliched. Let's look at that one and analyze it in a few different positions. That's quite a good one. Okay. And when we've got the third of the chord, always slide into it. So to give you some idea what we've got at the moment, we have the basic blues scale. And that can be great for licks without anything else. Then coupling it with the third, the major third. Then adding our chromatic. Again, I would urge you to, anything that you play that you like, is to try and find the notes in another form. If you're constantly mimicking like that, it'll be second nature to you to be able to play your favourite lines anywhere on the fretboard. Now we'll add in the sixth and the ninth. So we've got our lines now: blues scale, third, chromatic. Now we'll add in the sixth. The ninth. You'll see the quality of that against the You hear the idea? I should point out there that when I was playing the third, one of my favourite ideas would be, it's what they call sweep picking. It's basically just a back rake on the chord. Let me just break that down for you slowly. Downstroke. Now I'm going to play the G chord and just come down, double stop, very slowly. It gives a nice flow to the... That's a forward one. straight up the chord. Okay, so a good starting point, once we've got the blues scale and we've looked at some of these notes, the ninth, the sixth, and adding the major third, and to build it into a more complete scale. We want to also be very, very aware of the notes within the chord, the arpeggio that makes the chord up that we're playing on. So get familiar, like the goalposts of the root note, the third, the fifth, the flat seventh, your root, your third, your fifth, your flat seventh, your root, and your third. So those are your key takeoff points, basically. That would be the notes that will always sound inside, because they make up the chord. And gradually listen to each of the other notes that you use within the blues scale or the mixolydian mode, and see how those notes sound in relationship to the chord. And your ear will soon hear that. There's the sixth. There's the flat seven. The third. The ninth. Very sweet note. Good. Finally, I'd like to show you, just on this topic, I'd like to have a look at also the open position of G7 is right beside us, and we can use quite a lot of the open strings to give us a more country flavour to our playing, and also for setting up the grooves. Here's our G, and again remember where the flat 7 is. Here it is, 3rd fret on the 4th string. Now let me just show you, I'll build up a groove just from the G bass. That's just using our 2nd finger on the 3rd fret, 4th string, 3rd fret of the 3rd string, and slightly pulling on the 3rd string. Now we can introduce our double stops with that to fill it out. Okay. Now with the open position comes exactly the same scales. So let's have a look at the G blues scale in the open position. I'll start here with my 3rd finger, 3rd fret. 1st fret, 3 in a row from the 3rd fret. 3rd fret, open, 3rd fret, 4th string, open, 4th fret, 5th string, 3rd fret, 1st fret, 3rd fret, and we can drop down to the F and back. Let me play that for you smoothly now. And remember all the notes that we added in the closed position, the 3rd, the 6th and the 9th. We can also find those notes in the open position here. And this will help you quite a lot. There's the 3rd. There's the 6th. Again, that is taking on a very country sound. where a lot of the bluegrass lines would come from. When speeded up, they sound great. Let me just give you an example of that. There's our drop. Hopefully you can have a bit of fun with that, and all coming from the same place. If you slow them down, add more string bends, slides, etc., it'll sound more bluesy for you. More speed, sound country-ish. Add the double stops. And that should give you a whole host of ideas then on the dominant chord.